Center at the Lakeside Fire Station. Morning, Andrew. Now, overnight, has there been any further developments, any flare-ups of the fire, or are there signs that it's beginning to be contained?
Good morning to you, Dan. There are very indeed signs that this fire is just about out. It seems to have moved from a firefighting operation to a fire monitoring operation. They're being very tight-lipped here. No one's saying that this fire is out, but driving through just after 5 this morning from the city centre, clear skies, a beautiful clear moon was setting over the mountains. There's no sign of any smoke in the area that we saw yesterday. I mean, a thick blue haze was over the southern peninsula yesterday. No sign of that today. That's been helped overnight by the southeaster, which is notorious, pleasantly notorious, for whipping away any smog that's hanging around the city. So the air's a lot clearer. It's a lot quieter here as well this morning. Most of the fire trucks are out, but we're being told for now that they are just monitoring, because the problem being, of course, that while the fire appears to be out above ground, no visible signs of any flames or pools of smoke anywhere around the peninsula this morning, but it's underground where that fire will still be burning, around the roots of all this fynbos that's been raised to the ground over the past 4 days. So they will be monitoring those hot spots for the next few days. The worry, of course, still, the southeaster, as I mentioned, is starting to whip up today. It's forecast to get stronger this afternoon, and that will remain a concern. And it's probably the primary reason why the Argus cycle tour on Sunday has been shortened to the extent that it has. We're getting an official update at 7 o'clock from the spokesman for the City Fire Department. As I said, for now, everyone being very tight-lipped, but the signs seem to be here that this fire is just about out, at least the above-ground part of this fire. And as I said, they are just now monitoring for potential flare-ups, but no further flare-ups overnight.
When we spoke to St. Parks earlier in the week here on Morning News Today, Andrew, they were saying, well, while this fire might be good for the bush, for the fynbos, of course the concern will be the infrastructure. We saw a number of homes having been destroyed by the fire and people being evacuated. Have residents now been able to go back, for instance, to Noordhoek? Is it beginning to get back to normal this morning for those residents?
It is. For most, there were 8 homes in all destroyed. That's the last number we had late yesterday afternoon. The city was saying that most residents have been allowed to return to their homes. Certain homes very close to the fire line, though, remain evacuated. Reports of looting that we were hearing yesterday turned out just to be rumours. Metro police have been deployed to monitor those areas, but residents are trickling back, but just in the main areas of concern, which for now, of course, remain Tokai and Constantia. The handful of properties that were evacuated yesterday remain so this morning.
Okay, Andrew, just now, I mean, we haven't really asked this question here on Morning News Today. Maybe later on during that press briefing that's coming up that you've mentioned, that question might be asked. Just wondering, what could have caused this fire on Sunday?
It seems to be, as it always is, some careless smoker tossing a cigarette butt out of a window. It's been extremely dry in the Western Cape over the past week or so. It's been extremely hot. It's been extremely windy. All the conditions that a good fire needs to get started. The fire that was in Cape Point yesterday afternoon, we had some rumbles of thunder mid-afternoon yesterday. There was a lightning strike at Cape Point. That ignited a fire which has since been extinguished. But there's been no other weather storms that would have caused a fire at all. They are investigating the fact that this was started, perhaps not deliberately, but certainly carelessly.